and I'll probably do a little more letting.
Hey folks, I think I'm here. There we go. I am here. Hi. Anyway, I can't believe it's been a hot minute, and that is not like me. Oh, it's been real, folks. And it probably will be no one watching. Hey D, good to see you, my friend. I tell you, hello. How are you? Hopefully you're having a great night. Hopefully you're having a great week. So I'm doing this little Valentine, and we might mix it up a little bit. I kind of have a different. I kind of want his tail to do different. You're getting better. You been sick? I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you've been sick. I'm so sorry. Push that back a little bit. Everyone has been sick, I think. Oops, pardon me. Goodness sakes. Anyway, I think everyone has been sick. I haven't been sick, but I know I've heard of lots of people who have been. Hey, Brenda, how are you? Since before Christmas. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Dee. I'm glad to hear you are getting better though. I've got glitter on my table here. I love glitter and hate glitter all at the same time. How about y'all? Y'all like glitter or you hate glitter? All right, we're going to do this sweet little Valentine because it's been a hot minute since I've been live on my page, and that's been quite the week. So, quite the month, really. Quite the month. I can't believe today's the 24th. And it has gone by this fast. I can't believe it. It's like blowing my mind. So I have this cute little Valentine. This is like a vintage Valentine. Or at least it said it was vintage. So we're going to go with that, like 1950s something. So we don't have to worry about copyright, right? So when it's 50 years or older, you don't have to worry about copyright. So I don't know. That's what it said. I know, me too, because I have it everywhere. I do too. I love glitter, and I love the way it looks, but when it's loose glitter, it's like, it's like, okay, I don't need all this glitter in my life. No, that's true. It's not true. Yes, they are. They are my friends, my little raccoons. I love them. I love them. So I've got some blacks, some grays, a little bit of browns that we're going to work with today on this little guy. And I got some white too. You always get it in your eye. Yeah, that's one of those things that happens. I'm trying to decide. I think I want a different background instead of the pink. I'm thinking I kind of want this color background. What do y'all think? I think that would look cute. Does it look fuzzy to y'all? It looks fuzzy to me. Let me see if I can focus it. Let me put this here. Maybe it's just my white canvas that's like it's not focused. Okay. Maybe it was just the white canvas because it didn't. That looks fuzzy to me, but I guess it's just because it's a white canvas and nothing is down there. So I've got a little. Anyway. Seems okay to you? Good. Good, good, good. So what y'all been doing? You haven't, I know Dee's like been sick and I'm sorry. Everybody else having a good new year. I'm going to get back on track with my lives, back on track with all my stuff. It's been crazy here lately. It's one of those things when you stop, or I won't say you stop, but like when you get out of the habit, it's like other things quickly fill that time slot so much that you don't expect it. And then you're like, oh, well, I got to do that. And then, oh, I've got to, go there. Or, oh, I've got this thing I have to do. And it's like all of a sudden that time slot gets filled super quick and you're stuck, right? And then you're like, no, I really need to be live. I need to prioritize that. But sometimes it's hard to prioritize when life starts throwing things at you that you like have to do. And it's hard to say like no to that because it's have to. And but anyway, and I'm wearing it's like a Christmas, it's more Christmas, but that's all right. We're gonna be like, it's red for Valentine's, y'all. It's a warm sweatshirt and it's like, it's not super cold, but it's dreary. And so it just makes it feel super cold here. Brenda, are you in Florida now or are you still in Kentucky? She's probably already snowbirded it. I know I would have been. I'd have been gone. I would have been gone. You're in Florida, good. Good. I'm glad to hear you're in Florida. I just gotta. Hey, Cindy, how are you doing? Hold on, let me see what this thing is. I just got something to look at. Oh, me. Well, that's been a hot minute ago. Anyway, sorry. Had to. But oh, well, that is awesome, Britta. That was perfect timing, right? Before the snow hit. Like, that's good. And you missed all the ice and all the stuff that people have been dealing with across the country. I tell you what, that has been no joke. Ice. Watch cars just and trucks and all kind of things just no control, just sliding. Hi, Sina. How are you? Happy Wednesday to you too. And it's 5 o'clock. Well, it's 5 o'clock where I'm at. So if you're not where I'm at on the East Coast, it can be 5 o'clock where you're at too. Unless you have a boss that says it ain't 5 o'clock. And then it's, well, sorry. Oh, me. This color makes me happy too. And I love it. It kind of gives me those vintage vibes. And what we're doing is a vintage Valentine. And so I just love it. And so California West Coast. Okay, so you're like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. I guess it could be 5 o'clock there, but that's pushing it. Oh no, Brenda, what happened with Lucky? Why did he have to have operation? I've been so out of touch with everyone, guys. I'm sorry. It's just been super. Well, hopefully he's okay. I know he's given you scares a couple of times, but hopefully he's doing okay now. Okay, so I'm going to start with my raccoon colors. He had a knot come up and they took it off. Haven't heard back. Oh, okay. Well, I pray that that you hear back soon, because it always is one of those things, waiting is the worst, but that you hear back and that it's nothing to be concerned about at all. And that other than the healing from having it taken off. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? You're never late. You're right here on time, right where you need to be. And my Siri just set off. So I don't know if she will talk or just the little globe will go.
It's nice to be right.
I don't know what she's right about or what she thinks is right, but y'all know my deal with her. Yes, I say your name, and I mean, and apparently she's right about something. It's nice to be right, she said. I don't know. She thinks she's right about everything, though. No, I never have painted an armadillo. We'll have to do one. That would be fun. We'll have to do one. That'll be a lot of fun. So, always right. I know. She always right. Anyway, y'all know my Siri and the issues I have with her. My brush is stiff. I don't know. I guess I left some paint up in it. I don't know. Elle wants to be not happy with me right this minute. Like, it's stiff. Come on. I'm out of hand sanitizer. I don't see any. I don't see my hand sanitizer. I'll empty the bottle. And I haven't gotten another bottle. Let me see. Let me abandon ship on that one until I can get some hand sanitizer on it. And let's just pick another one. And I may just go with this one here. I am rough on my brushes, guys. Don't be rough on your brushes. Your brushes don't like it. I haven't tried the rubbing alcohol. That's kind of hard on the bristles, but the hand sanitizer has like moisturizers in them, so it's not quite as hard on your bristles as alcohol is. The alcohol will work because that's what works from the hand sanitizer. It's really the alcohol that brings them back to life. And so it will work. But the alcohol is a little hard on your bristles. So be mindful of that if you use it a lot on your bristles. I'm just going to do some base coating in here. But good to see you, Cheryl. And how you been? How's your new year? Yeah, it's hand sanitizer is the thing. You just need to use the one that has alcohol in it. If it doesn't have alcohol in it and it has like, I don't know, there's some other thing that they have in some of them, that's probably not going to work. So you want to make sure the one you're using actually has the hand sanitizer in it. I mean, alcohol in the hand sanitizer. Y'all know what I'm talking about, even if I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't always know what I'm talking about. I mean, I kind of do, but then I say it wrong. I know what I'm talking about. The words just don't always come out in the way I wanted them to come out. Oh, I'm so sorry, Cheryl. It has been some weird weather. Now, did y'all have, I don't know how close you are to San Diego, but I saw some, and Sina, she says she's in California. Are you near San Diego? I saw some major flooding. Hey, Tina, how are you? I saw some like a video of some major flooding and it's at San Diego. But then I was reading some of the comments, and in some of the comments, they were like, I'm in San Diego, and that's not happening here. So I was like a little bit confused. I mean, I guess it depends on maybe where you were. I don't know. I was kind of thinking I wanted his tail to kind of come up a little bit, but I don't want it to look like a skunk tail. Hey, Tamara, how are you? Oh, okay. So Redding is closer to Oregon than to San Diego. Okay, so you're way okay. And then I don't know where Santa Barbara is in relation to San Diego. I've only been to California once, and I went to San Francisco and I loved it. That was probably 10. Well, it's probably more than that, actually. It's probably been closer to 12 years ago, I guess. 12 or 13 years now. Time flies, you know. You're only 4 hours away. You're 5 hours away from San Diego. Okay. And then Cheryl says she's 4 hours from San Francisco. Okay. So maybe y'all didn't have all that rain they had there. Good. Hope you didn't. Because that was what I saw online was some scary, it was pretty scary. Time is flying. Ooh, time is flying. Days are flying. You saw the flooding too? Yeah, it was really bad. I mean, it was like there was I guess a girl feminine because you could hear her voice and she was like, I am scared. And I was like, girlfriend, I'm scared for you. Now I'm going to put some black, and the black is going to be very bright, but then I'm going to go over it. And so I kind of want the black to be hanging out, underneath of stuff. And so, yeah, you aren't kidding about how fast time is flying by. It is incredibly fast. I can't believe next week is, like January is done. And I'm like, didn't it just start? Um, but 2.5 2.5 miles away. That's not very far. That's not very far. I'm trying to figure that out. 2.5 miles away. So Santa Barbara is 2.5 miles away from San Diego or San Francisco. I'm confused which one. Close to Santa Barbara. Oh, so you live 2.5 miles away from Santa Barbara, I guess you're saying. I'm confused. It don't take a whole lot to confuse me, so just know that. Just know that it don't take a whole lot. And so I just thought this little Valentine would be so cute to do. And actually, I had planned on doing it last week, and last week was not a very good week. And it just did not happen. And so, had a lifelong friend who died last week, and it's just been rough. And so, Ventura County. Okay, it's 45 minutes away. Okay. In Ventura County. Like that. I did love San Francisco. It was fun. I went there for work. So it wasn't like I was on vacation. Just gonna put a little bit of dark in there. Yeah, it is. It is. Well, I mean, I can't say she was my best friend. She was a lifelong friend. Like, she was, like, I've known her my entire life. She was, just, a wonderful person though. And obviously everyone loved her because I have never seen anything like her visitation, or I'm not surprised, because like, but I guess knowing her my entire life, like, I didn't realize the impact she had on, I mean, I knew she had the impact she had on my life and my family's life because but not on like everyone else's life around her. And there was probably 300 people at her visitation on Sunday. And on Monday, her funeral, which really, they called it basically a celebration. and not a funeral. They were very adamant. And so it was, I don't know how many people, but the church, it was at my church because she went to church, the same church I go to. And I have never seen the church so packed. And that church at one point was like a 200 member church. And so, yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, she was too young. She was too young. And so she babysat me when I was a baby. But things happen. Unfair things happen in life all the time. I'm just going to I just want some of this dark hanging out, okay? Because we're going to let this dry, and then we're just going to let this be a darkening agent for what we need, okay? And it doesn't have to be perfect. We're not looking for perfection. We're just looking for like something really cute, right? And so just a little bit. So I'll tell you a little fun fact about me. Y'all may already have heard this story. I don't know, but I raised 3 baby raccoons. And they were so precious. But it was a long story how they ended up coming to live here. And you know, I mean, people do what they have to do or what they feel like is the right thing to do. And so the game warden was called, and they trapped the raccoon that was in their tree. And I had basically said, just leave it alone. It'll be, you know, like there's probably babies. It will be gone in, you know, a short time. Just kind of like fence off that area and stay away from it. But I get it at that time. You know, you got young kid, you got, you know what I mean, like playing in the backyard. I get it. Hey, Teresa, how are you? And so, anyway, fast forward a few days, and there's crying coming out of the tree. So, we go over there, and my husband and I go over there, and we basically break out part of the tree because the tree had a hole in it. And then down from the hole is where they were, you know, it's kind of like, you know, go in the hole and go down. We broke out that part of the tree and got them out. And they were literally this big, like all 3 of them just landed in my, just like not landed, but like fit in my hand. I could put all 3 of them in my hand. They were so teeny tiny. And so I took them home and proceeded to care for them and raise them. And they got to about 10 pounds each. I waited for them to get to 10, like all 3 of them to get to 10 pounds. And then I took them to an animal rehabilitator to be rehabbed to, you know, to be able to survive. And so And all of them did extremely well except for one. The other two took to it like nobody's business. Now, of course, I had started here at the house, like teaching them how to forage for food, not just give them food. You know, once they were kind of weaned off of the baby medicine, I would teach them like hide their food and they had to find their food and teach them to go to like the bathtub. I would put them in the bathtub with their food so that they would know to. I'm looking for my whisk brush and I can't find my whisk brush. Where's it at? Where are you? You're in here somewhere because I have used you not too long ago. Hold on. Hold the phone, guys. One of my main brushes is missing that I need for this. Where'd you go? Where did you go? All right, ain't in that one. Okay. All right, now who came in here and took all my whisk brushes right before I needed them? Who do y'all think did that? Somebody. Somebody done took them all. I almost know they're not in the ones that I have down, the little jars I have down there, because I haven't used some of these brushes in a hot minute. I'm going to pull that little guy out, though. I need him. Okay. Well, what do you do when you can't find a whisk brush? You just go on. The party goes on without a whisk brush. They're going to take a little longer. Exactly. The gremlins did it. Siri did it. Yeah, we're going to blame her. Thank you for sprinkling the love. So, anyway, I took all of them to the animal rehabilitator, and one of them wasn't going to make it. It was very clear. Oh, there is my whisk brush. What's it doing over there? What's you doing over there? One of them, not all of them, but one of them will work. This has been years ago. This has been over 20 years ago now. And so this was back in actually it's almost 30 years ago. This is back in like 1997 when this happened. And he is no longer with me, unfortunately. I did go back and get him. I did. Because I would call her and I would talk to her about him and see how they were doing. And then it was very evident like this one wasn't going to do well and he wasn't going to survive on his own. And he never really learned how to climb. He could climb up. Now the others could climb up and climb down. And his name was Bandit. All of them had names before I even took them. Like I had named them. And they lived here in the house with me. And I would put like, I had like this tree, kind of just a cut tree, in a Christmas tree stand, and that's what I taught them to climb on. And I had it in my great room. It has like a really tall ceiling, and he climbed up it, and he climbed all the way up to the top of that thing. Like, I don't know, not quite 12 foot because the ceiling is probably that, but just shy of it, not too shy of it. I mean, you know, it was up there. Anyway, he come all the way to the top of this thing. Yeah, it does. He is a bandit. He's a raccoon. Anyway, and then he was scared to come down and he wouldn't come down. But he'd go all the way up it. And the weird thing is he wouldn't like the rest of them go up, come down, go up, go down, like they were up and down that thing all the time. He go up it, but he was too afraid to come down it. So I had to stand at the foot of it and he would jump off the top and I had to catch him. And I would catch him. And so I tried my best to encourage. I'm like, it's more scary for you to jump and me catch you than it is for you to climb down. But he didn't, in his eyes, that was not the case. And so I had to catch him. And so we did that a few time or 200, I guess. Because he didn't mind climbing up it. He'd go on up with his brother and his sister. There was 2 boys and 1 girl. And he'd fly on up it with his brother and his sister. And then, they come on down and then he'd be stuck up there and couldn't figure out how to come down. And so he never figured it out. And so she was like, he's not going to survive because he'll climb up a tree and not come down it, not figure out how to come down it. And she learned that real quick. Well, I told her when I took him, like, he was having this issue. And, she thought maybe, and of course, it's not necessarily like legal to have a raccoon in the state of Virginia. Like, that's not legal. But I didn't care. I'm like, you're going to arrest me because I have a raccoon? You go right ahead. But anyway, so I went and I picked him up. The lady didn't want me to pick him up. She was like, no, you can't do that. And I said, look, lady, look, I'm coming to get him. And when I get there, I'm leaving with him one way or the other. You can figure out how you want it to go down. But when I leave there, he's coming with me. And so I'm not normally like that. But I had a lot invested. You have a raccoon in your area? Yeah, they're fun. We have them here too. They come. Last night I had a possum on my front porch who was making all kind of noise under the sun. He got up on my bench beside the door. And my bench beside the door is just, it's really old. It was given to us by my sister-in-law for, I don't know, I guess just for a birthday, Christmas. I don't know when they gave it to us, but they gave it to us. And it's kind of like one of those plastic Rubbermaid ones. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I hate it, but whatever. It's sitting there by the door. One of these days, it'll make its way to the garbage, but not today. Yeah, the possum likes cat food. Yeah, they do. Well, he was up on that thing looking in the window, driving Kai crazy. About the time Kai would settle down and I'd tell him it was gone, he'd be back looking in the window. Oh, she had 4 babies. That's so cute. That's so cute. And so, yeah, she would have, anyway, that possum was looking in the window. I took a picture of him last night. I'm like, will you because you were driving Kai crazy. Kai was literally like going crazy, barking. And here's this possum sticking his head looking in the window. But I was just like, you're kidding me. But they hang around because they get fed. That's the only reason they're here. It's because we do put out food for whatever. We have some, they're not ours. I mean, I don't know where they came from, but we do have some stray cats that are hanging out here outside, and I have tried to get them to like let me get close to them, but the second they see you, like my ring will pick them up, but like it's like the second they see you, they are gone. They will not get anywhere near me. And so they are gone. I've never known them to carry it. I know they can have it because they're like a dog. I mean, they're like so if a dog can catch it, a raccoon can catch it. And so, but yeah, they can catch all those things. And, of course they can catch rabies. They can, distemper is one of the things that like often they have distemper when it's like, people think they have rabies because they're acting weird. It's usually distemper instead of being rabies, but it can be rabies. So yeah, don't go trying to pet your neighborhood raccoon. Probably not the safest thing to do. Keep your distance. Keep your distance. And so, but they're not typically, they're not vicious animals. When you start to worry about them is when they lose their fear of you. And, that's if you, I mean, now if you have one that you're feeding and it's coming around and, it's gotten used to you, that's different. But if you have an animal that hasn't been coming around and all of a sudden is coming around and it's not afraid of you, then, so it's like getting closer than it should or allowing you to get closer than it normally would. That's when you have to be a little bit concerned about what you got going on, because it could be distemper, because distemper does that, but it could also be rabies. Oh yeah, you can I mean, dogs can catch stuff from raccoon. Absolutely, you can catch it from a raccoon. So you do have to be careful, like, because, if you look up like the name of like the official name, how all animals have like that really long name. They're definitely almost like, I don't want to say in the dog family, but it's really close. And so they can transfer stuff between. And so you do have to be careful. But I tell you, the one animal that is surprising is like a possum, because possums can't get rabies. I don't know about distemper. I don't know about that one, but they can't catch rabies, and they are like, and then the other thing about them is that they're, they usually will kill poisonous snakes because the snake venom doesn't do anything to them. And so unless you got chickens, you don't want to take away your possum thing. Beware. Yeah, you just have to beware. You do. Hey Mara, how are you? Oh, they love termites. I didn't know that. I know they eat ticks. We're talking about animals, the wild animals that hang around the house, is what we're talking about. Last night I had a possum on my front porch. He kept getting up on the bench beside my door. It kind of sits between the door and the window into the living room. And he kept looking in the window. And so, but we're doing this cute little Valentine. We're painting up this cute little vintage Valentine. Yes, how was your trip home? Hopefully your trip home was an easy trip. We're just putting some hair on our raccoon. But I will have to say they are conniving little things. His name was Bandit. My raccoon's name was Bandit. And then there was Hope was the little girl's name. And Cody was the little boy's name. And fast forward like years later, I had a dog named Cody. Never thought about it when I named him that. And I don't know why. It just never, it was just kind of weird. It was only after we had dated that we're like, oh yeah. But it all worked. And so we're just putting some hair. Lighten him up just a little bit. Valentine's Day is your 25th anniversary. Oh, that is so nice. Happy anniversary. I love it. Got any special plans for that 25th? Are you doing anything like, different or, out of the norm, or something very special, like taking a special trip or anything like that? Or are you just going to be like doing fun stuff at home, special dinners? We didn't do anything for our 25th. But that's a milestone when you can say I've been married to a man for 25 years, the same man for 25 years. I just passed 27 and I'm like, how has it been that long? How have I done that? I love him. But man, you know how men are. Like, get on your last nerve and then just stand there and just stand on it, right? You didn't do anything for your 28th. I know, it's kind of like, part of me is like, maybe, we should have. And then part of me is like, that's too much trouble. Who's gonna watch Kai? And Lord knows, Kai can be a handful. That thing is spoiled rotten. Somebody would charge me double to watch him. I'm pretty sure. They would be like, you will get charged double. I know, it's a lot of work. And honestly, I mean, I know there's places to go, but like, but it's costly, and it's like here, I don't know where I'd go. Like if I was like, okay, we're just gonna take a small, like, couple night stay or something like that. I honestly have no idea where I would pick. Maybe Williamsburg, because I do love that area. I do love Williamsburg, and I love it's been a little while since I've been there. And so, things change. I do realize that. And it's been a little while since I've been there. But I do love the Williamsburg area. The beach is too expensive. Virginia Beach. I live in Virginia, and Virginia Beach is too expensive. Like, forget it. It's not even that. I mean, it's nice, but it's not that nice. It's all right. And in some places, it's right down shady. And the places I could afford would be shady, because the places that are really nice are like $4 something a night. It's ridiculous how expensive it has gotten there. It's just, and it's not warranted. I mean, it's an okay place, but which one spoiled him? Me. I spoiled him. I'm not gonna lie, I spoiled him. My other dogs, they were like trained really well. My border collie before him was my agility dog, and we spent hours every day training. Hours every day training. And I mean, not just agility, but like everything. And so, and I loved every minute of being his partner. And that's where we were. We were partners. And then when the accident happened on the course and I couldn't run anymore because he took out my knee, not his fault, not his fault at all. But it just happened. I was in the wrong place and he couldn't stop. And so then it was like, he became my service dog because he needed something to do. He couldn't just, I mean, he was very active. I mean, Kai is too very active, but Kai just gets in trouble. His active is getting in trouble. Cody's active was work. And he knew what work was. Like, he earned every treat he got. He didn't get a freebie treat. Yeah, working dogs need work. Exactly. And so he became my service dog for the whole time, like that, I had to have crutches and a walker, which was almost a full year before my knee was healed to the point that I didn't need that because, the doctor was like a total knee replacement would be easier, but it wouldn't have helped me because all the ligaments and everything was what was torn, and even though you replace your knee, you still have your ligaments and stuff like that. And so it wouldn't have helped me for them to have done that. And so but my whole knee had to be reconstructed and put back together. And so it just took time. It took time to walk again. I asked my doctor. I was very fortunate. I got like one of the best knee doctors at UVA to work on me. And I asked him, I was like, when will I be able to run agility again? And he was like, let's just get you walking without a limp. Let that be our goal. And so I did run after that though. I have, but not with Cody because he was by the time it took me to heal, he was kind of like in his prime when that happened. And then by the time I got to the point where I could actually run, which was not a year later I could walk without assistance. But and without a limp. So it was several years after that to the point that I could run again. And he was too old at that point to ask him to do that. It's too hard on his body. So we had to just give it up. And that's was the end of agility. And I just didn't pick it back up with Kai. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could. He's still young. He's just a little over 2. But no, he never had any hip issues. No, he never had any hip issues. He never had any issues with anything far as physical. His biggest thing he had, and this happened before the accident, he somehow hurt his pinky toe on his front left foot. And it was like one of those things that like once he hurt it the first time, it would flare up every now and then and cause issues, and we'd have to like bow out of a trial every now and then because it would give him issues. Like, and so it's one of those things, and it was, the doctor took x-rays and stuff and he couldn't find anything wrong with it. He basically was like, he's just being a baby and he wants attention. I don't know. But he was like, there's nothing on this x-ray as to like why. But every now and then it would be like, like kind of like bursitis acting up on him. So I don't know. But anyway, it was kind of funny. That was like, there's nothing wrong with that toe. I mean, it was multiple times I went in there, so I was like, there's got to be something. And he x-rayed it, and it was like, looks perfect. I'm like, okay. That's what you say. Not sure I agreed, but okay. I know, poor little guy. I'm like, and well, the doctor did say, he said it could be something like where it would like pop out and then pop back in. You know what I mean? Like, because it was no broken bone or anything like that, would lead to believe that like something was wrong. And so it was just like when it acts up, just resting. And that's what we did. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, when you use these with brush, just make sure you keep the bristles Don't let them get clouded in between the bristles, because then you lose your little hair like texture. But yeah, so so we had to bow out a couple times from different runs because of it, but other than that, it was fun. He was my sweet boy. He lived to be almost 15. He was from November to February, or actually, he was born in December. He was 1 month shy. I got him in February, but he was actually born. He was my Christmas baby. He was born December 23rd. And was it 2000? No, it wasn't 2000. It was 20. Yeah, I guess so. I guess it was like November of 2020 when he passed away. He passed away the day before. We had to have him put to sleep, but he passed away the day before Thanksgiving. He had a brain tumor. He finally got to the point where he couldn't walk and he couldn't stand up, and when that happened, it was time. I didn't want it to be time. I didn't want to admit it was time, but there was no coming back from that. So it was time. He told me when it was time. Because it wasn't like it was like days that it was like I had to help him. He had to have like some assist, not a whole lot of assist, but a little bit of assist. And then it was like kind of like no, like all assist. And it's like, yeah, no. Not that I'm on to picking him up and carrying him, but that's not, that point is suffering. That's one thing. If it had been like an injury that caused it and everything else was, okay, but that's not the case with him. That was not the case. He had my little raccoon is coming along. What do y'all think? Yeah. So what you think? But anyway, he was a good boy. But Kai is so sweet and so spoiled. And I honestly am not sorry. Not 1 minute that he is spoiled rotten. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Dee. So when I got him, it was my full intention to make him be. I don't not say make him be. He's actually a really sweet boy. He is so sweet. But Cody was too, though. Cody was too. But Kai just loves everyone. Cody didn't love everyone. He didn't dislike people. He wasn't mean to people, but he didn't really want to have anything to do with anybody but me. and Ted. Hi, Michelle. How are you? I love, 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 love your window. That is so fun. But yeah, he was a mama's boy, and he didn't want really to have anything to do with anybody else. Kai loves everybody, like just loves everybody. And I love that he loves everybody. He just, not that many people come visit me, but when they do, he just gets so excited. And yes, he jumps on them. And yes, that's okay with me because it's my house. And usually it's only my family that comes, and it's all right. My house, my rules. If my dog jumps on you, it's okay. Anyway, he's spoiled. I'm not going to apologize, but for so much for it. Because I am A-okay with all that. He is a good boy, and the fact that he doesn't like mess with anything. He's not destructive. Now that I say that, I'll go up there and he'll have torn something up. But he's not destructive. He's not like, he's a good boy. He behaves himself. I have to fuss at him every now and then because he, but it's so funny. My mom laughs so hard because I will tell him, I'm like, and he has, dogs associate what you tell them to associate with. So the word really means nothing. It's how you've used the word that they associate whatever with. So it can be whatever word, and it depends on what you've associated with. It could be something good, and the word could be bad, or it could be, a good word, and whatever it is bad, right? And so it's how you've associated it with it. So, well, anyway, I'll tell him, I said, I'm going to beat your butt. I'm like, you better get over here. I'm going to beat your butt. Y'all, he thinks when I tell him I'm going to beat his butt, like I'm going to give him a spanking, like I'm going to beat his butt. He thinks he's going to get his, and he is. He gets his like back scratched really hard, like just like getting there and like, ooh, and his tail wags, and he's all excited. And he gets so excited that the minute I say that, he comes running to me like, all fire, get out. But guess what he also did? He stopped doing what I needed him to do. And he comes and he gets all kind of like attention. But he also stopped what I asked him to stop. So it's a win-win. And he has no idea what I'm going to spank your tail means. But I know my neighbors think, good Lord, she's beating that dog, because every now and then outside he gets really kind of like, and I have to be like, I'm going to spank your butt. And when I say that, he comes a flying. So I know my neighbors think, what in the world? What in the world is this girl doing to her dog? She going to spank her dog every second. Not really. But yeah, when I say that to him, he just gets excited because all he knows he's going to do is he's going to get a bunch of love on. And he has no idea what I'm saying other than what I have associated with. And that's just a bunch of love on. But he's come to me and stopped doing what I wanted him to do. So that's all good. All right. I think he's pretty good. We're gonna hold off for a little bit here on any more on him. We can come back and we can put in anything else we want to in a minute. But we're gonna move on to like finishing up the rest of I'm gonna darken a couple areas. I want a little bit darker, just to stand out a few things. And then we're gonna we're going to put in some of his face, and then we're going to put in the rest of like the heart and stuff. Thank you, Michelle. I don't know if you're talking about Kai or if you're talking about the raccoon, but thank you for either one. He is Kai is a mess, is what he is. He is a mess. But anyway, oh, I need to grab 2 colors. I left 2 colors out. I need blue for his eyes, and I need green. I don't know how I managed to come over here and not grab those. Let me go grab green and blue. Because somehow I managed to come over there without them. And I hope I have them. I do. I think I do. There it is, right there. That'll work. Y'all, my paints are all out of order now. I've gotten them all mixed up. My box of paints is all mixed up. My thing. I shouldn't say box. My rack or whatever you want to call it. I just grabbed a whole bunch. Thank you, Michelle. Anyway, so but he is we're just gonna get a little light blue, and we're just gonna put a little light blue in that eye, just a little bit, kind of like this picture. I kind of like the way they have it. We just gonna put a little bit in there. Mixed up paint is the story of your life. I tell you what, I love paint, obviously, because if y'all knew how much paint I have, you would be like, girl, you got a problem. Y'all would be like, you got a serious problem. Like, girlfriend. But I did at one point have it all organized, and now I've gotten it all mixed up. And I need to reorganize my paint. I sent out an email, I guess it was yesterday, about paint organization because it's been on my mind. Y'all tell me, and if you're not on my email list, you need to be on my email list. And so lots of good stuff coming. But if you tell me, do you organize your paint? How do you organize your paint? Let me just ask it like that. Like, how do you organize your paint? Cheryl, you and me both. You and me, because I like all the stuff. I love all the stuff, and I want all the stuff when it comes to like this. I have a lot of stuff, and I love all my stuff. I need to reorganize my whole studio. I need to reorganize not just my whole studio, but like my whole basement. You have 2 10-drawer rolling carts. Wow, I haven't seen the 10-drawer ones. That's nice. sorted by color. You have yours by brand and color and alphabet. Brenda, holy bejesus, alphabetical order in addition to brand and color? Girlfriend. Right now they're in buckets. I have like these rolling carts that has like 4 sort of like trays on it. It's made for like a bathroom or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, the pictures were like of it in a bathroom with all your toiletries and stuff. But well, like your shower stuff, not really, but toiletries. But um and so but I was like um the colors are not alphabetical order. They're not in color order right now. I did have kind of like opened and unopened, separated, and then color, like colors together, but which is good. Like, on my reds, on my oranges, on my, I did not have them alphabetical order. Um, But dang, girlfriend, I'm impressed, Brenda. I'm impressed. And so I am impressed. Alphabetical order. Who would have? My friend Dawn, she said she has started to do hers, light colors. Now she uses a lot of the heavy bodied, you know, paints, the heavier body paints. But she said she's been organizing them in like by color, but then also by opaque. Oh my lord, I went to say the word and I can't say it. By like how opaque they are. So how, like more translucent ones are separated from the more opaque ones. And so ooh, lordy, I went to say the word and it was like it wanted to come out something kind of weird. And so pass, thank you. My thing is I want I want to organize them in a way that I can maintain them. And while I love you dearly, Brenda, I do, I do. I would last about as long as I picked up 3 bottles of paint as to being organized by the names. Let me ask you, Brenda, what do you have yours organized in? Do you have it easy to keep that name? Like organized by name? Do you have it easy to keep that? Or what? So how do you have yours organized that it Cheryl, listen to you. Brenda's like, no, I'm not a OCD. I'm just very organized. But I am curious to know, like, so, are you like, do you have it in like a slotted thing where you like laid sideways and you just can, keep like that? Like, how do you maintain it? Because I can tell you it would not be maintained here. I have a 4-tier rolling cart and a spinner rack and some brands that I only have a few in a small basket. Okay. Um so I have like a 4-tier tray rolling cart too. I wonder if we have the same one. I really like those because I like the size of the tray. You can hold a lot on the trays. I have 3 of them. I have 2 that hold paint, and then 1 that I use to hold all my resin stuff. Black, brown, blue, and so on. Not by sky. Okay, so not by sky blue or navy blue order. Okay, I see what you're saying. So not by the name on the jar, but like if it's blue, they're together, and then like the black, the brown, the blues all on one page or on one thing. Or okay, that makes sense. I was like, if you're looking at the name and you're keeping it organized by the name, like you were mega impressing me, Brenda. I'm like, I don't have that kind of thing. I know. I get tired of it too. I get very tired of looking for that paint and not being able to find it and knowing I have it and then like it not being where I expect it to be and sometimes I carry paint upstairs and paint's all over my house. Because sometimes I'm upstairs from this. Anyway, our raccoon is looking so adorable. I'm very impressed. I would say I'm not surprised Brenda is like that because I see her as very organized. That's a good thing. I need to decide to fix mine too. You want to come here and fix mine for me? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But you could. But you could. I think mine's beyond all hope. I honestly do. I think mine's beyond all hope. At this point, I got some Santa red. I will have to say when it comes to deco art, like picking a red, Santa red's my favorite. I know you would. And I'd love every minute of it. One of these days. Look how sweet. I love the opacity of the I'm not saying that word right tonight. But of the Santa red because it just, in the Deco Art line, it just covers. Now, I mean, compared to some colors, it's still very translucent, but it's one of those ones that at least cover white extremely well. You only bought your Paint Pixie paints with you? Wow, Brenda, you left all the rest of them at home? That's impressive. The Paint Pixie paints are nice paints. I love my Paint Pixie paints. I really do. I have just, taken a little break. Not necessarily going to be that way, but I just needed to refocus stuff and figure out like what I'm doing. And I took a little time to just like figure this out. And so I still will be using my Paint Pixie paints, but I have a ton of Deco Art paints. And it's just like, I need to use some of those too. I need to share my love with all my loves. And so, but it has nothing to do with like or dislike. It just is. I have to. Because it's been a hot minute since I've been live, which is not what I want. But like I said earlier, when you kind of fall out of the pattern, things quickly take up that time. And then you're like juggling, like, well, I got to get this done for family, or I got to get this done for work or whatever. And then you're stuck not being able to do the things you want to do. And so, I mean, not that you don't want to do those things that you're doing. It's just you want to also be live. You want to also, and it's just like, whoo, it got a little overwhelming. And so, a wildlife series would be fun. I would actually really love that. And maybe we'll do that. Maybe just like once a month, have a wildlife series here on the page. And then, now do I leave it like that, or should I add the little flowers like that? I don't know. I went and got the green so I could add the flowers. I don't know. He looks like I got this little heart for you. What do y'all think? Add the flowers or don't add the flowers? I'm on the fence about it. Part of me thinks maybe, and part of me thinks, nah, just leave it the way it is. Leave it the way it is. But add the flowers. It's great the way it is. Hey, Mama. My mama is in the house, y'all. Y'all say hi to my mama. I did a little band up, Mama. Thank you. I'm loving him. Thank you, Lisa. We're just finishing him up. Just some final little touches here and there. And I was asking if we needed the flowers. We had one that says great the way it is, and then another one that said add the flowers. Either way, I love him. Maybe what we do instead of the flowers is we do something, I don't know. Part of me is like, maybe we put be mine or something on here. And then part of me is like, leave it alone. My handwriting is not good. My hand lettering is not good. He's adorable. Thank you, Teresa. I think we'll leave him alone. I think we'll leave him alone. And I want to do just one little thing because this is kind of one of my, kind of a pet peeve I have. When animals or anything really is done, and then it's like, you know, at the bottom here, this is kind of grounded because it goes almost to the edge there, but like, see how he had, it's like he's floating, right? All the background is the same color. So what I want to do is just kind of, I want to get kind of like a darker brown. I just use a little black and a little brown, but I'm using a lot of water because I don't want it to be like painted, but I want him to have sort of like the essence that he's standing on. That there is something there. It doesn't have to be like painted solid. But we're just going to ground him. You know? And that's why it's like I kind of wanted a lot of water. Because that just grounds him to the canvas now. And it brings out, he just makes him look a little more, I don't know. I don't know if realistic is the word or what, but it just gives him a little something, something. Mm. We want to add a little sparkle to those eyes. And when you add your sparkle, just do it like, don't do like one little dot. Give it a little, you know, a little something. Because if you do just like a little single dot, then he looks mean. And so you can take a face and make it look mean just by putting in that little single dot in an eye. You can change the whole feel of your animal or your person solely by how you put that white in its eyes. And so you want to keep the same angle. So if it's angled this way, like up is on the left and down is on the right, you want up on the left and down on the right on both eyes. It doesn't have to be in the same spot, but it just has to be that same angle, or he's going to be cross-eyed. Yep, he's not standing on air. Exactly. He's not standing on air. And so I'm just going to scratch in a few little brighter white areas here. And we're going to be done with this little guy. This is one in the books. Oh, we got one more thing to do. What didn't we do? Can anybody tell me what we didn't do? I bet you somebody can tell me what we didn't do. Can you tell me what we didn't do? Anybody tell me? There's one thing we didn't do on this little guy. Well, I haven't signed it. That's true. But there's one other thing missing. Yeah, I haven't signed it. That's true. But there's another thing outside of not signing it that's missing. You have no clue. She's like, I have no clue. It's one thing. Well, he doesn't have eyelashes. That's true. We could add some of that, but that's not what I was thinking. It's along those same lines. It is along those same lines. Yes, whiskers. We might add just a few little. Now that you mentioned it, Brenda, I need more black. I don't have enough black. I don't have enough. My black is gone. Need one more drop. All right, let's get some whiskers in here. We'll just put a few on him. We don't have to put like a huge number on him. We'll just put a few. Just a few little cute ones. I can do the right side easier than I can the left side. I have issues when it comes to the left side. Like my hand just doesn't want to do it. But there he goes. That's all good. And he's going to take his little girlfriend, her little Valentine. And he's like smiling all cute. All right. Well, I think that's good. And I've had fun being with y'all. I hope y'all had fun being with me. And hope y'all come back soon to hang out with me for another live. Join my email list. Get on that. You'll see all the fun stuff coming up. And give him a little highlight there. Highlights are important. Don't forget to put them in there. And so maybe we'll come out with another little cute little face. Thank you, Brenda. I did too. So I will see you all later. Tonight's Wednesday. I might be live. I don't know. I'll have to look, but maybe Friday at lunchtime I'll come live for a little while. I want to do these like little lunchtime lives, not for an hour, but just smaller and just, working on different things. But here's our little cute little vintage raccoon Valentine. Thank you, Kelly. I'm so glad, Cheryl. Hi, Kelly. Good to see you. You'll have to go back and watch the replay. We painted this cute little guy. And so I love the vintage kind of look of that green, that sea green. I think it's called Sea Breeze. Yeah, Sea Breeze. Anyway, y'all have a good night. I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Thank you, Teresa.